Things aren't looking good for Coronation Street's Daniel Osborne as, in a moment of desperation, he points the finger at 6 potential suspects for calling social services on him. Daniel has been on a downward spiral after some major events in his life. Following the arrest and charging of his ex, Megan Walsh, who has since reappeared, Daniel faced a ruthless trolling campaign from an anonymous account, Truth-Teller 2, which was revealed to be Jody Ramsey. After passing out drunk in his living room, little Birdie was left to fend for himself before he disappeared from the flat. After waking up with no sight of Birdie, Daniel frantically searched for his son, leading him to the Barlow's house. After Adam Barlow, who had been looking after Birdie after he left the flat, criticized his irresponsible parenting, Daniel went to hit him. However, he ended up punching his dad Ken Barlow instead. This led to a visit from social services, with Daniel nervously watching from the kitchen as the social worker talked with Birdie in the living room. After the social worker's visit, Daniel apologized to Adam and Alia Nazir for his outburst, before revealing his suspicions about who called social services on him. In tonight's episode, June 4th, Daniel had a small row with Alia and Idris Nazir in Roy's cafe about the situation with Birdie, before Tracy also approached him on the street, telling him that Ken is worried about him. She encouraged Daniel to see him to put his mind at rest. He went to visit Ken at home, but was not pleased that Adam and Tracy were also there, though Ken revealed he asked them to be there. Ken, Adam, and Tracy talked to Daniel about his behavior, with Ken fearing that Daniel might be on the same path to alcoholism as Peter Barlow. Daniel revealed that he felt awful for hitting Ken, to which Adam responded, "You feel awful about a lot of things, don't you? But that's not going to help the next time Birdie has an accident, or you whack Granddad again." This almost led to another scrap between Daniel and Adam after the latter defended his decision to keep Birdie from Daniel, but Tracy stopped it, prompting Daniel to leave before things escalated further. Tracy later showed up at Daniel's flat, gaining access with Ken's spare key to talk things through, saying she felt partially responsible, before a call from social services interrupted things. At the Rovers' return, Adam, Idris, Ken, Alia, and Kirk Sutherland were all sat together for a drink when talk turned to Daniel. Alia said he was pretty angry, adding, "I've not seen him like that before." When Ken attempted to change the subject, Daniel burst in, asking who made an anonymous complaint to social services. When the table denied it, Daniel revealed he has to do an assessment, as well as several visits from social services, exclaiming, "Do you think that's gonna be fun for Birdie? For me?" Adam replied that it could be a positive thing, leading to Daniel declaring Birdie is his son, and that one of them is trying to take him away, before storming out. Who among this group of 6 really called social services? And how will Daniel react when he finds out? The cobbles are set to explode with tension in an upcoming Coronation Street storyline as Daniel Osborne finds himself at the center of a shocking investigation after being reported to social services. As whispers spread across Weatherfield, Daniel is left stunned when he learns that someone has raised serious concerns about his parenting. But with 6 possible suspects in the frame, the mystery quickly becomes one of the biggest talking points on the street. The drama begins when Daniel receives an unexpected visit from a social worker. Believing it must be some kind of mistake, he is horrified to discover that an anonymous complaint has been made regarding the welfare of his young son, Birdie. Already juggling work pressures, family responsibilities, and relationship struggles, Daniel is blindsided by the allegations. The news sends shockwaves through his household and leaves him desperately trying to uncover who would make such a report. As word spreads, suspicion falls on several Weatherfield residents, each of whom has had recent clashes with Daniel. First on the list is Daisy Midgley. Although Daisy and Daniel have shared a complicated romantic history, tensions between them have remained high since their relationship fell apart. Friends begin to wonder whether lingering resentment could have motivated her to make the call. Daisy strongly denies any involvement, but her defensive reaction only fuels further speculation. Next is Kit Green, who recently found himself at odds with Daniel during a heated disagreement. Kit has never been afraid to speak his mind, and some residents believe he may have taken matters too far. However, Kit insists that while he may disagree with Daniel on certain issues, he would never interfere with a child's well-being for personal reasons. Another potential suspect is Jenny Connor. Protective of Daisy and often critical of Daniel's decisions, Jenny has previously questioned whether Daniel always puts Bertie first. While she claims to care deeply about the family, her comments make others wonder if she could have acted out of concern rather than malice. Bethany Platt also finds herself under scrutiny. Having experienced a difficult relationship with Daniel in the past, Bethany's complicated feelings have never completely disappeared. Though she appears shocked by the accusations, some residents suspect there may be more to the story than she is letting on. Meanwhile, Sarah Platt becomes another unexpected name linked to the mystery. Sarah has witnessed several tense exchanges involving Daniel and has occasionally voiced concerns about the impact of recent events on Bertie. While she insists she would have spoken directly to Daniel if she had concerns, the rumor mill continues to spin. Finally, one of Daniel's own acquaintances emerges as a possible suspect after making a series of cryptic remarks about responsibility and parenting. Their identity remains a closely guarded secret, adding another layer of intrigue to an already explosive storyline. As Daniel struggles to identify the culprit, the social services investigation begins to take a toll on him emotionally. Friends notice that he becomes increasingly withdrawn, while his normally calm demeanor starts to crack under the pressure. For Daniel, the worst part is the uncertainty. He knows that even if the allegations are ultimately dismissed, the damage to his reputation could be lasting. Every conversation feels loaded with suspicion, and every friendly face could be hiding a betrayal. The investigation also places strain on Daniel's relationships. Those closest to him attempt to offer support, but trust becomes increasingly difficult to maintain. Arguments erupt across the street as residents take sides, with some believing the report was made out of genuine concern and others convinced it was a malicious attempt to hurt him. Bertie remains Daniel's primary concern throughout the ordeal. Determined to prove he is a loving and capable father, Daniel cooperates fully with social services despite feeling deeply hurt by the accusations. His focus remains on protecting his son from the growing storms surrounding their family. As the mystery deepens, viewers will be left guessing which of the 6 suspects made the call. Was it an act of revenge? A misunderstanding? Or did someone genuinely believe they were doing the right thing? Producers have teased that the truth will have far-reaching consequences, with friendships shattered and loyalties tested once the identity of the caller is finally revealed. The revelation promises to send shockwaves through Weatherfield, leaving Daniel questioning who he can trust and forcing several residents to confront the consequences of their actions. With emotions running high and secrets threatening to emerge, this gripping storyline looks set to deliver the kind of drama that Coronation Street fans love. One thing is certain, when the truth finally comes out, life on the cobbles may never be the same again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.